face. Touch my face. Oh, yeah. Oh. One in my mouth.
There's your intro.
Good afternoon, chickens. It's your fembot overlord here, Cece Desist, and boy, do we have a video for you. I am so excited about this video. I wanted to do something for a while where I basically put my friends in drag or makeup while getting to know them a little bit better, and I wanted to focus on, you know, perthonalities, you know, and what better way to start than with my fabulous cabaret mother. We have Lucinda Panties here.
Yeah, I know you might get... When I bought them off eBay, the listing said they were all right, and I thought it was a reference to quality.
Oh my god, they're both right.
Also, I tax deducted these.
You did not. What do you want done today? What are we doing today?
I have a lot to learn.
Okay.
Anybody who's seen me on stage knows that I have a lot to learn. What would you do if you were trapped in this flesh prison instead of this one?
I would get bigger hands.
Read my palm.
Oh. Okay. This is your love line.
It was made in China.
I can see, yes. Yes, you're fucked.
Lucinda Panties is a classically trained musician, artist, and master of ceremonies for renowned Perth cabaret troupe Lady Velvet Cabaret. A mother duck to many burlesque babies, her career as Lucinda spans 10 years. She's my mentor and a dear friend of mine. So keep on watching, get ready with us, and we're gonna learn all about Lucinda Panties.
You should do my makeup.
Oh.
Do you ever get that?
No.
Oh. Alright, wig cap time, so...
I regret that. That's going to be in the video.
No, that's good.
What do you mean that's good?
It shows your personality.
Yeah, horrible.
Just moisturising my baby.
I feel like a happy egg.
I'm going to start gluing down your eyebrows. I'm really excited. This is my favourite part.
I am so excited about
Oh my
this.
God.
I attempted this once.
Yeah?
Cornflakes.
Oh
Oatmeal. A time. Every breakfast
What?
food. Granola.
Nutrigrain.
Nutrigrain.
Waffles. What was your method?
I don't think I waited long enough between things. I mean, I am selling myself short. It was okay. It was okay. I didn't feel flat and dry. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember. I live next to a phone tower. I don't know.
I just want to make sure I'm getting all your brows down. Basically.
Lucky I destroyed them between the years of 2000 and 2005. It was really awkward doing PIBF because usually I'm like quite nasty. I'm quite nasty on stage, and I'll like make fun of people and throw a few insults around, and it's really easy because, you know, there's often some dudes in the show who are there to support their girlfriend or wife, and they're just there to have a nice time, and they're great targets. But like doing the PIBF after party this year at Connections, I looked out and it was like a sea of friends and these you know, gorgeous little kids, and you know, not little kids, but you know, now that I'm 29 and 11 and a half 12ths, I think of 18-year-olds as kids, and they were all so genuine and happy to be there, and they were all so joyful, and I was like, fuck, I can't make fun of you.
Is this too hard?
I mean, it's forceful. You're aggressive, but I'm okay.
Okay, good.
I understand the aggression.
I am trying to be gentle with this area, but also...
Who hurt you?
I think we've got a good brow going here. I think I'm going to set this one.
Yay.
What powder do you use?
The one I bought.
I think you've got to get this. It's the RCMA No Colour Powder. It's a drag queen staple, it's a theatre staple, and it's so well priced for the amount that you get. It's a fucking tub. It'll last me a year.
It's like a Master Foods shaker.
It just works. It's only like 2 ingredients, but it's like...
What ingredients?
Talc and silica. I don't know what those are. I'm not a scientist. I'm sorry if this is really like firm.
We don't even have the same point.
I'm sorry. Flugelhorn. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Is it actually
Is
hurt?
this what it takes to be beautiful?
Does it actually hurt?
Only my emotions.
Oh my...
Imagine my eye just went like, bloop.
Oh my god. That's like my biggest fear.
Yes!
Yes!
What is with eyeballs? They're so vulnerable. I am not here for eyeballs, I am not here for fingernails, and I am not here for teeth. No sir, thank you very
I'm
much.
here to
No
make
ma'am.
friends, bitch.
No. Every time a kid at work is like, and I'm just like, I have told children that the only good thing about adulthood is that you don't lose your teeth.
Are you ready to see yourself without eyebrows though? 'Cause
I'm so ready.
you look like a little egg right now.
Well, to be honest, this is not looking too far away from the way I was between the years of 2000 and 2007, so...
We should do a goth makeover.
I've still got my dreadfalls.
Oh my god, you do not. Where did you hang out in particular? Was it at the church?
Well, I was like church adjacent. I knew people who hung out with at Central Park or at Wesley.
Yeah.
But I tended to go catch the train into the city, and I'd like do my little pilgrimage. I'd go to Joint Venture, 78 Records, Off Tree when it opened eventually.
Oh my god. Yes.
JB Hi-Fi. Now there's like 15 in the city.
That's like the exact pilgrimage I used to do.
I bet we would have. I know we would have come into
But
contact.
what year?
Well, I finished high school in 2007. You can bleep that one. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm comfortable in the fact that I'm 29 and 11 and a half, 12.
I love it.
Yeah.
I want to know about how you got into like burlesque. Were you always just like not just an MC, but like were you always like?
I always was. I never.
Did you ever do burlesque?
No, I don't believe in myself enough for that.
Oh.
It was interesting actually. We have to go back to the goth teenage years because I was such a Marilyn Manson stan. And of course, when I was in high school, he married Dita Von Teese.
Oh, of course he did.
Yeah.
Didn't he cheat on her?
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
How does someone like that get such beautiful women? He must be really funny.
Yeah.
When I think of Marilyn Manson, I think, that guy's hilarious.
So I that's how I sort of was like, who is this beautiful woman? How am I going to steal her identity and take her place? I am 14.
Oh, is this the story about how you met me?
So that's how I first discovered it. And it actually triggered some like weird feelings for me discovering burlesque, because I sort of was little budding feminist, and I was like, I don't like objectifying women. And then all of a sudden I saw this like strong, empowered woman who's like, yes, pay me and I will tease you and entertain you. And I was like,
yeah.
You're really beautiful. And,
yeah.
But now I'm confused. I
know.
I had so much stuff to figure out. So I didn't sort of explore it too much further when I was that young, but then in uni I got dumped. And so I had to rediscover myself as a woman. A lot of that came through in the stuff I was doing at uni in my art degree, which I have no qualms in saying was shit. Shitty shit art. But it played an important role, and if I hadn't done it, I wouldn't be where I am today. I did a lot of life drawing, and in my art degree, I came to terms with nudity being like a really genuine expression of your identity and your humanity. So that really helped sort of broaden my horizons. And then I really got into burlesque when I started going to Dr. Sketchy's here in Perth.
Oh, what was that? And what is that?
Once a month, twice a month, I think. It's called Anti-Art School. It started originally in New York, but there's branches all around the world. It's a life drawing session. It's not a class. It's a session, but the model is a burlesque dancer or a roller derby chick or a fire breather or a circus person. So, but generally burlesque. So yeah, that's how I actually really got into it, because I remember my first Dr. Sketchy's. The model was Kim Torsion, who's an incredible artist, and the host was Fanny LaRue. And I knew the second I heard Fanny open her mouth, I was like, I could do that. I was fully into it. And then, you know, the next few times I got to experience some different performers. I remember Peachy Dream was one that really stood out to me, and Magnus hosted as his character, Dr. Barry von Uvenema. I hope I said it right. But yeah, I just fell in love with it. And so then at the time, again, still a little feminist, I was on the Women's Guild at UWA. And
that's a very UWA thing to say.
So one of the things we did for the Women's Guild was to host a burlesque show at the TAV. And I hosted it. It was on the same night as Mexican night. Most people were there with sombreros on. And like about 4 people were there for the burlesque show.
Oh my God.
And I connected with those performers. And then next time there was another gig on, you know, I got a booking and my next booking and the next one. And then I just never left.
I love that. You're coming up to 10 years of being Lucinda Panties.
Yeah, no shit.
That is amazing. What's been the highlight of your career?
I really like festivals, opportunities like Perth International Burlesque Festival. For a few years now, I've hosted the fireworks for the city of Perth.
Oh, that's so cool.
At Northbridge Piazza, and that was pretty cool.
Can you look up for me?
Maybe. But also, you know what? Every single time we do a Lady Velvet Cabaret grad show, I have the most fun. Like,
yes, I love those.
I have these big career highlights or whatever, speaking to thousands of people, or, Bustleton Fringe was always so fun. But also, other highlights like doing a rhythmic gymnastics ribbon dance at the Rosemount Hotel, sitting on someone's dad's lap and then having to see him every single show thereafter and be like, yeah, I sat on your lap. Stop it.
Well, it's because of the grad shows that I'm here today.
Yes!
Because I was terminally ill, but they cured me. I'm kidding. I'm not cured. Look at that face. Does this part feel weird?
It feels delightful.
Wow, 10 years of Lucinda Panties.
Stop saying that. And my first gig, I wasn't even Lucinda Panties. I had this wild idea that I really wanted to have a thing, like a guaranteed call and response with the loyal audiences that I would no doubt have fawning over me within about 40 minutes of entering the postcode. And so I wanted to call myself Clarice Cantaloupes so that I could be like, hello everyone, and then they could all be like, hello Clarice.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, except it wasn't when your first gig is at the UWA TAV with sombrero night. So I ditched that name. And my genius friend Jennifer came up with Lucinda Panties. She's probably like, fuck, I didn't think you'd make so much money out of that. I'm like,
You fool!
You fool, I didn't make any money.
I'm spraying you now with some setting spray. But while it's wet, I'm going to apply the highlighter. So I'm going to start with a really bright one in this part here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to buff it out with a slightly diffused one.
And tell me about your setting spray.
Well, that one's the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I found it helps sort of help last the makeup. But the biggest thing in helping makeup last longer is the skin that is underneath it, because makeup breaks down from the inside out from oils.
Just like me.
This is just a little bit of insurance, but if you do it just before the highlighter has something to stick to. So you get much more of a shimmery effect. Like if I just turn you here, and I just like to place it sort of in this little C shape here from the eyebrow bone into the high points of the cheekbone.
And how long do you take to get from shower to Uber?
Well, sometimes she doesn't always have time for the shower, but look, the mug used to take me 3 hours. I've now got it down to maybe an hour and a half.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, if you do it enough, you get quicker at it, and you it's like, you just learn the route. So what's your makeup routine like? Like, what's your ritual?
I'll usually put a podcast on, or an episode of Golden Girls, or something on YouTube. It's aggressive. I like to have 3 hours to get ready, but I can do my normal face in 45.
It's good to be able to really to figure out how quick it can be done if you need it to be done really quick.
I need to refresh my makeup before Fringe. I need a white, I need a mascara, I want to get some lashes for day drag, because at the moment I only have Lucinda lashes, and I can't wear them while I wear my glasses, so I need some undercover lashes. What else do I need before Fringe? So much stuff.
I need to make some more costumes.
Need to write my entire show.
So this is the 10th Fringe in Perth. How many have you done?
All of them.
All of them? That is very cool.
Yes, it is cool. And I remember as a little goth teenager, I was trolling around the city. I always used to walk past the old Treasury building, and it was all, not boarded up. You could still see in, and I was always like, oh, what am I going to see in the window? Oh, there's an old cardboard box over there.
Yes.
So I was really into it because it was the most exciting abandoned building I'd ever seen. And then I got to perform in it, which was really cool. So we did 2 shows for Lady Velvet Cabaret. We did the Burlesque Garden, and we did the Lucha Royale show, which won People's Choice. Really good vibes. It was a small festival. There weren't as many hubs, and not as many people knew about it.
I just remember always walking around during Fringe, never having gone to a show, but just seeing it, it just looked like the most magical time of year. And I remember being like, before I die, I'm going to perform at Fringe.
And then you got knocked into a coma, and you've been dreaming this long dream of showbiz ever since.
Could you imagine?
Wake up, Cece. Wake up.
The dream is to do a one-woman show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's the end goal. It's like a rite of passage, I guess, that everyone wants to do that.
It's horrible.
It must be. It sounds terrible.
Horrible.
You don't recommend it?
No, absolutely. Do it. Absolutely do it. Jesus.
But
everything worth doing is horrible.
Everything worth doing is horrible.
And then 2 months after the show, you'll already be like, fuck, I hate everything. Well, fuck, I hate everything about that show. I'm so fucking sick of it. Fuck, I never want to do that again. And then you have to do it again.
Did you do a one-woman show?
Yes, my first one was, I believe, 2015. It was called I Owe My Parents $65,000. I mean, it's not very good maths, but I added up all the cost of my music education, my art degree, all of the arty-farty stuff that I got to do when I was younger, that my parents supported me through, all those hours of practice that my poor mum had to sit through.
I'm so excited to basically do our version of the makeover challenge on Drag Race.
Yes! And then we're going to have to choreo a cheeky 8 count, and then we're going to have to do a cheerleading challenge while we do it, and also we're going to be on fire.
And then you're going to have to deliver a baby.
And you have to deliver the baby on the bike, like you have to deliver.
Yeah. And then Michelle Visage won't have any feedback, so she's just going to say, I just really wish you could have gone further with it. I feel like we're not seeing you.
There's no vulnerability.
Which is like, oh, I'm sorry, is this Dr. Phil's Drag Race? Or is this, like, what is vulnerability? We're judging on vulnerability now? Are you fucking kidding me?
And when I'm judging something like Miss Burlesque,
I'd love to hear about that.
Oh, yeah, it's great. I mean, and I sat next to David Woolley, who's the most gorgeous human being. I feel like I need some reinforcement, like that I'm in the right direction. So I'm like, how much are you writing? Fuck, I can't see. How much are you writing? Shit, fuck, Jesus. But like, you know, sometimes I'll give someone a 9 and be like, oh, you were really great, but you just made me feel really bad about myself. So
we're giving you a brand new eyelid. How do you feel?
I feel beautiful. And you know how earlier I was like, there's not enough eyelid defending my naked eyeball from all the dangers of the world.
Girl, there's
bigger eyelids.
Exactly. That's why I do a drag eye on myself, because I have these hooded eyes.
Yeah, me too. Tell me about hoods.
You don't want to like do your makeup as if you're in denial that they're there. So you don't want to like do your makeup with your eyebrows raised the whole time to get in there. Because once you like go out into the world with a rested face, you want to work with the face that you're going to be working with when you're out in the world. Now, how do you apply glitter?
I do need to have a new glitter plan moving forwards.
Okay. Well,
so,
what I've just done is just eyelash glue and then sticking glitter over that.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I don't think I ever would have necessarily thought of.
Well, Lotta uses hairspray, doesn't she?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you some eyebrows. How does that feel? Finally, you'll be able to emote. What is your most scandalous story from Burlesque? Ever had to kick someone in the dick?
I've threatened to a few times. My first grad show that I AMC'd for Lady Velvet Cabaret, a drunk guy got up on stage for the dance off and tried to take it out. Like my third gig ever.
Yeah.
But I'd seen enough burlesque shows to sort of see that this was a possibility and that it could always have happened. So I kind of kicked him off or whatever. And,
nice.
But the worst part is that I didn't realise he snuck on stage for the curtain call. And I didn't realise until I was looking at the photos afterwards. And I was like, that stupid fuckwit is standing there in the group photo of all the performers. And I was like, fuck you piece of shit.
That sucks.
So I photoshopped him out of it. The finale picture at the end, I cut out this guy and moved everybody else closer together and saved it. And just erased him from history.
It's what she deserves.
I have been motorboated by audience members.
Consensually?
No.
Oh.
Twice in the same show.
No. What makes them think they can do that?
The air is sweeter in Bustleton. I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe people are they live their truth down there. A very enthusiastic lady. Thank you so much. She probably has pink eye now. I have to talk about you.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate talking about myself.
What made you change from being little punk kid into being waking up one day and just being a fully realised cabaret diva?
Well, you know, I've always been super theatrical. Like,
really?
Just like as a person, but in school, anytime I like would randomly start like dancing or singing, people found it annoying. It wasn't for attention, it was out of boredom.
I hope some nerdy theatre kid is watching this and knows that the things that people make fun of you for in high school are probably going to be the exact same things that people then praise you for.
That is the case. I'm a weird person. I was a weird person, but I've used that as my strength, and people seem to really like enjoy what I'm doing at the moment.
Except for me.
I did punk music for a while, and then I was just like, I don't know, I felt like I did it, and it was done, and it just wasn't as fulfilling. But then I got into Drag Race, and I don't know, something just clicked. Everything that I liked was all in one place. Music, theatre, costuming, makeup. You know, and with the punk stuff, there wasn't always a lot of room to, you know, for femininity to be praised or even accepted. Oh my god, what is that? Ah!
How did a wild
A dragon frog?
I was thinking like raccoon.
That is not a raccoon.
Why not?
That raccoon is inside out. What's one thing in show business that has gone wrong? And you've been like, oh my god, this is going wrong.
I don't like when somebody sticks their head out the back curtain and goes, she's not ready yet, keep going. But I don't know how long for. So I'm like, oh no. So I'll go out and I'll start talking, and then like 25 minutes later I'll get back and be like, is she ready yet? They're like, yes, she literally only needed 30 seconds. I was like, fuck off. I think in future we should have a rule where you pop your head out and you're like, 2 minutes or 1 minute.
Yeah,
or
great.
an hour, she's quit.
Good.
There was one time at Fairbridge I rocked up to MC on a stage and it had been double booked. So that was the same year that I introduced your brother.
Aww.
And I'd fully been psyching myself up. It was to announce this band, and I rocked up, and yeah, the MCs had been double booked and somebody else was already doing it. And I was like, I did not take it well. I was like,
that's
you can bleep the suburb name out, but we had to do this.
Just say Ballajura.
We had to do this gig at the hotel, and they usually would have strippers on that night and skimpies or whatever, but instead they were like, let's try something classier. And I'm like, well, already you're going down the wrong path, because A, we're not necessarily classier, and B, your customers are used to skimpies every single week.
Yes.
And your customers clearly come because they like that. Like, who are you trying to, there's nobody in this suburb, who are you trying to attract? And so they hired us to do a cabaret, like I think the theme was like a Parisian type cabaret show. Okay. So we all got out there, and I'm talking a singer, 2 can-can dancers, 2 or 3 burlesque performers, and me. And, you know, got set up at this pub and everything, and the audience was there, and just like, those people were not there for us. They were not interested in us in any way, shape or form. There was a DJ on the side stage who was playing our music for us, and I was standing next to him while during the interval our singer was singing, and she's singing, you know, beautiful Edith Piaf songs and stuff. Oh, that's right, and she had some can-can backup dancers. And the DJ turns to me and he's like, this is the kind of shit you would see on the fucking Titanic, eh? We got through it, we delivered the show, it was awesome. I was very great, I was, you know, still young then, we got through it all. And then at the end, Miss Lola Moore, who is like 5'0", gorgeous, dainty, beautiful performer. Somebody was like, oh, were you in the show just then? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, it was shit.
What the fuck?
And she turned around and was like, fuck you, and left. It's not that I have a problem with skimpies whatsoever. It's just, you know, clearly a different service entirely. And you got to know your customer base. And if your customer base are trash, then you should just really burn down your hotel and start a new one.
What's the etiquette with government names in burlesque?
I think it's changed over the years.
Yeah.
I do think it's changed over the years, because like 10 years ago, we all really called each other by our first names. I still remember my first time hosting a show outside of that fateful sombrero night, which was the fundraiser to get Miss Lady Lace over for Miss Pinup Australia? Maybe Pinup, yeah, something like that. And there were all sorts of performers from all different troupes and walks of life and stuff like that. And I just remember really having to work hard to memorize people's real names and their stage names. And I'm already face blind and terrible with names as it is. So I was like, oh, I have to work, you know, really hard to be like, oh, both names for both people. Yeah. Whereas these days, I think it's a lot more common to just not really even know somebody's real name.
I was really confused having to introduce myself as Cece for a long time, and when people would call me Cece, I would get confused too. Now I'm answering to it, and now I'm disappointed when people call me Cat.
In our troupe alone, we can't do that because we have 3 cats.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cats, but there's only one Cece in Perth.
Yeah.
I've looked it up. What? What?
Can you get that pot plant from the top down so we can put it in the video?
Why? Because it's dead? My secret shame.
You know what it says on it? Easy starters.
Oh, come on, man.
What do you drink at gigs? Do you drink booze at gigs?
I've started to, because it helps loosen up the vocal cords and loosen my me up, you know, for
Yeah.
a crowd, because I get really nervous, especially if it's a gig where people that I admire are going to be watching me, like, you know, like...
But you're really nice and you admire everyone. Your life must be hell.
So I like to drink a little bit of a professional amount of drinks. There is a professional amount of drinking.
Otherwise they wouldn't give you drink tickets.
Exactly.
I usually have a few glasses of champagne throughout the whole process.
Yeah, champagne usually because it's there in the green room.
I also really enjoy asking people for it and seeing when they will deliver. A number of times I've made a joke about wanting someone to buy me a drink and somebody will usually deliver. I signed an autograph. Let me tell you the first time I signed an autograph.
Tell me about
As
it.
Lucinda was the Lady Velvet Cabaret 5th anniversary gala.
Yes.
So 6 years ago now. Somebody came and got my autograph and I was like, oh my god, it's amazing. Oh, so that's cool. And Ginger Misdemeanor recently unearthed a photo from that she had on her phone. So she was there and it was so crazy. How many people I've crossed paths with before and then not noticed.
That is cool.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited to have you in my jamboree.
I'm so excited to jamboree.
We're gonna have like Cece opener, Cece Lucinda duet.
Who is your biggest inspiration and influence in what you do currently as a cabaret performer?
There's a few answers to that. The first fringe I ever did, a little really inspiring female comedian called Bonnie Davies was doing something in the next room at Treasury, and I think the very next year maybe she became the goddess that we now know as Famous Sharon. So we kind of started around the same time, and while I was sort of stuck still doing my day jobs and everything like that and sort of doing this on the side, like she was really putting everything she had into it to the point where she's now the face of WA, and I think she just really sort of paved the way for that in Perth in particular, to make doing what I do quite like corporate almost and respectable. So that is something that I definitely have in my mind. Lucinda Panties always used to be a really like dumb character. I was the talentless one and I was just there to introduce all the talented ones.
But the joke is that...
Well, yeah, the joke is that I actually like play 5 instruments and have talent, and half the time I'm running the show that I'm on anyway. But I somehow felt like that was so strange and uncommon and unrelatable that I just shouldn't mention it, you know, because it will confuse people. I'm like, well, that's stupid. And then seeing artists like, for example, Trixie Mattel take something that had nothing to do with anything on Drag Race, like folk music, and just be authentically herself. Yeah, I think seeing the rise in artists who are their own brand and their own sort of identity. What about who inspires you to do what you do?
Drag queens are the reason I do what I do. Yeah, I'm definitely someone that started because of Drag Race. But I think that drag queens everywhere, like we have so much talent in Perth, and I've just been watching them all from afar. I've always been inspired by and looked up to Ruby Jules. She was the first drag queen I ever met. I was 17 and went to Pride Parade dressed as Pikachu because it landed on Halloween. And my dear friend Ali introduced me to these drag queens, and one of them was Ruby Jules, and it was my first exposure to a drag queen. It was the first time I saw femininity demonstrated where it had nothing to do with attracting men. It was just the celebration of glamour. And colour, and that really spoke to me. As soon as I went home, I got all the makeup I had, and I did like this like crazy eyeliner look.
You got it all and you just went...
Pretty much. The ones that I've been fortunate to get to meet have all been so nice and like welcoming of what I'm doing. Yeah, and it's just been a wild ride of meeting, you know, people that I look up to, and it's been great. Definitely, you know, like Nathan Lane.
Yes.
Morecambe and Wise. Another way that you can sort of like make a wing sort of work is just like work it into the eyeshadow.
I notice you do that. I really like that.
Thanks. You can sort of connect it to the bottom lash. Who are some like fringe famous shows that you've enjoyed the most to watch? I really love Bernie Dieter's Debt Club.
Yeah. I want to see 250 shows. Yeah. I end up seeing 5.
I think for me the novelty was that, it's my first fringe as an artist, so I went to a lot. I don't know if that will carry over this year, but I think it will.
I think there'll be a lot more sold out things this year.
That's
so
also true, so it'll be harder. And today I'm using 301 drag lashes from Peak Cosmetics, fabulous Perth company. I've got like a 10-pack online, so I have never had to run out. What is one misconception about burlesque that you feel like the general public has?
Some people think it's just a hen's night fad.
Right.
Some people think it's just a sad way for women to find themselves and get their self-esteem. And then other people are like, it's a beautiful way for women to find themselves and get some self-esteem. So if you're calling that sad, I don't know exactly what the fuck is wrong with you.
Then I don't want to know what love is.
Yeah.
Well, a current affair.
Oh.
I mean, I feel like we can talk about it. It's public domain.
Sure, okay. So that whole story made us look like a mess. The purpose of the story was not to educate anyone about burlesque. It wasn't even to really expose the business owner. It was literally just like, we need to fill 10 minutes. We know that the general public like criticizing women.
Yeah.
So let's give them what they want.
Yeah.
Everything about it, I think, was not helpful towards those of us running successful businesses, making a living from this, helping hundreds, thousands of women, not just women, anyone, women, non-binary, femme presenting, not everyone, men, everyone, to fall in love with themselves.
And the people that, you know, do a current affair, they're the general public. They're idiots that don't know about it.
Why didn't they get some perspective from another burlesque business owner in Perth? Nobody won. There were no winners in that piece.
No. Can you close your eye for me?
I don't know. Actually,
Oh my god!
I could just sit here and watch pigeons all day. Bird watching's like dogging, but for birds.
Oh my god!
How many times have people thought that maybe it was a dogging opportunity, but it was just a Lady Velvet Cabaret girl who was waiting around the corner for a hen's night to start? Scrolling through Facebook. I love myself. I see you in this.
Oh, I love that!
Oh my god.
Now, I forgot to give you white eyeliner, so can you look up for me, please?
Wait, with my head or my eyes?
With your eyes. Head stay
Eyes.
still, eyes go up.
I have 2 degrees.
Look up!
Oh shit! No. Oh.
Oh my god! I need a moment. Because I feel like Fringe has all of these shows. What's the most uncomfortable you've ever felt at a show as someone watching and you've just been like, oh.
Let me tell you about the time we went to see Tom Ballard and a girl's phone rang.
Oh no.
And she answered the phone.
What the fuck?
And she continued to talk to the person on the phone. And he was incredulous. I don't think this had happened to him before either. That someone takes a phone call and continues to take the phone call, and all of us are just like, and he was like, you have to put your phone down now. Yeah. And she was like, oh, that's just my friend, they're just waiting to come in, they're just coming. And he's like,
then text him.
And he was like, I said you have to put the phone down. Like, put it, you can't do this is insane. Put the phone down. And he had to get her removed from the show.
I love that so much.
I've never seen anything quite like that before. That was uncomfortable, and it wasn't even anything the performer was doing. He handled it really well.
That's really good.
And he was so shocked.
Wow.
And like,
I would be too.
Yeah.
Just relax your kisser. We're gonna overdraw. And you're about to see that the process starts with a little Vincent Price mustache.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
There's a Fringe show title. The Vincent Price is Right. Right?
We did a show once called Hey Hey It's Cabaret, and I was always so proud of that name, and I want to do it again one day.
Do it again!
Every act was like game show themed, so we had a group dance, and they were all duets, and they did like cool, you know how you would normally do like a fan dance in a circle, they did them with the briefcases.
Do you mind if I make this a beauty spot?
Oh, please do. I do it all the time.
Good. I always look for wherever I've got a blemish.
Mm-hmm. So you don't mind having it move?
Yeah, I should see a dermatologist.
No, I mean like in your look.
Oh no, I'm happy for it to be wherever. Keeps them guessing. I'm going to fill that in. So I like to outline with a darker colour.
Uh-huh.
And then fill it in with a lighter colour. And this is my favourite lipstick. It's the Stila liquid lipstick. I don't know what they're called, but it's in the shade Besso.
Oh.
I mean, you always look pretty, but like, it's like, you're my daughter. The mother becomes the daughter.
There's a lot of stuff on Pornhub about that.
Oh, gross!
I'm joking, it's stepmother.
Do you have any votes on who I should paint next?
Oh, there's so many people I'd love to see look like this.
Right.
Yeah, I'd love to see tiny, delicate Lotte L'Amour with like
Oh my god.
lips that take up an entire postcode.
Yeah.
Sugar du jour.
Oh my god, we would have so much fun. We had so much fun on the PIBF tour together.
You would get a noise complaint.
We would.
I know I drive a Getz, but I don't mind a bit of Ronda Civic.
I love Ronda Civic so much. Oh my god, we would have so much fun together.
Yeah. I would love to see you do like one of your family members, whether it's your parents or your super duper famous brother.
Oh, I would love to put Timothy in drag, absolutely.
Who is your wildest dream fantasy that you would want to paint? Let's say distance, money, fame is no object, and you're not going to instantly shit yourself when you do it, like, because you're a confident woman.
Is somewhere between Billie Joe Armstrong from Green Day
Yes.
or Justin Pierre from Motion City Soundtrack, just because I just want to...
I fully expected you to, like, say, I don't know, a famous drag queen or, like, whatever, something. And it's like,
I've already seen them in drag.
that is true, that is true.
I just, someone that I would want to talk to, let's talk. Or Delta Goodrum, but I would just end up feeling so bad about myself just looking at her face from close up. She's so genetically perfect. It's
Maybe
like...
there's an odour, I don't know. There's got to be something.
We are going to be right back. We're going to pop on a wig and a costume and we'll see you soon.
Transition.
See, if I spirit gum that, it'll rip your hair out, that's all.
No, that's okay.
So let's just leave it. Let's bring the headline down just a smidge. We're back! I'm in my muggle face, but I put a wig on in solidarity. And we're matching in leopard print. Oh, sorry. I have had just the best time. This has been...
She's on one knee, she's on one knee, she's on one knee.
Just so I can get down onto your level, because I'm usually on such a...
This is everything I've always wanted ever.
Oh my god, you're so stunning.
You are.
You are!
Oh, so you made this, so...
Oh yeah, I guess I'm really stunning.
It has been so nice.
Well, did you have fun?
Yes.
Oh my god, I had so much fun too. I loved getting to paint you. Thank you for doing this.
I'm absolutely overwhelmed and overjoyed, and it's such a privilege to see you do your thing.
Aww.
And I hope you make more. Don't you guys hope that she makes more of these? Because this is fun and interesting, and we learn things.
Do you have any requests of who you would like to see put in drag? Let me know, and I will have that in writing, and then approach those people and be like, these people want to see you in drag. Who's good? Who do we want to see in drag?
Basil Zemplis. No.
Yes, he'd love that. I think you should get up and do a twirl and show everyone your outfit.
Oh, but I've got sockets on.
Oh my god, look at this woman.
Oh, I'm really feeling very Cece. I'm feeling myself.
That is a woman. Oh my god, what a woman. Look at that. I have been Cece Desist, and this has been Lucinda Panties. You can follow me on all my socials at Cece Desist everywhere, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And for everything all in one place, you can always go to www.ccdesist.com. And if you would like to take some cabaret classes, you can go to ladyvelvetcabaret.com.
.au. Because we're reputable.
Ta-da! Thanks everyone. Until next time. Mwah, kisses. Mwah. Mwah.